Huh. I guess it did just miss one, because... Did it miss a few? Or is it crafting another one? What do you mean? What do you mean, girl? How is that a second one? Now I got two of them things. Sometimes this gets a little glitchy. And double crafts stuff. And the other day, it wasted some gold mats because it said that, or what, it was supposed to craft a set item and upgrade it to gold, but it just crafted a plain ring or necklace or whatever and upgraded it to gold. It's like, that's not even a set piece. What the heck? Like, there went my gold mats. I don't have a lot of those for jewelry. I don't have a lot of those for anything, but jewelry especially.
The artisan.
Okay.
None of
Alright. Here we go. I'm going live.
So I am now currently at, well, it'll go away, 3,216 RIP vouchers.
Wow. That is absolutely wild to me.
Yeah. I've been sitting on a bunch. And then we had that event that gave us, didn't we have an event that we ended up getting like 1,000 or something from? Or not an event.
There was an event that did like a significant amount, but I cannot remember what
it wasn't, or it might have been associated with an event, but it was from the, not the Seals of Endeavor, the,
yeah.
Pursuits, Golden Pursuits. Mm-hmm. Maybe, what's the crafting event?
Zeal of Zenithar?
Yeah, was it with that?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I know what you're talking about. I remember doing that.
But I've also knocked out a lot because I didn't think that the thing that told you whether or not you could do the writs was accurate because because it glitched out on me at some point and I accepted a writ that I thought it said I could do, but it didn't. I couldn't do it. But for the most part, all the ones that it tells me that I can do. So for the last several times have been right. So, and now that you pointed out to me how to do that other thing where I can just preload all of them and it crafts everything, and then I just have to go accept, turn in, accept, turn in, accept, turn in. My champion points are going up too because I just did a bunch of master writs.
That's awesome. You know what you should be doing? You should be doing it with subclassing, because then when you do that with subclassing, you'll burn all of your subclass lines in like 2 seconds. Like you'll level all of them, especially on a double XP event.
Yeah. Oh, is it a double XP event right now? It is, isn't it?
Witches is always double XP.
Yeah. Well, that explains it. Well, let me. Do I have an?
You're welcome.
Oh, I guess it's done now. I was gonna say, let me just go burn an XP scroll.
Duplicate page. This one.
You know, I haven't gotten a response from Sasquatch in a while either. Like, I've messaged him.
Yeah, I hope he's doing okay.
I think he's probably not super active on Discord. Busy, he's got kids. You know how that goes.
Yep. Do I ever.
You don't know. You've only got one kid.
Oh, I know. One's enough. Roll image. 15. Alright. 1 second to get out the tweet about pre-show. Download. Nope. Download. JPEG. 3. Done. Download. Well, there's a Khajiit right there next to me. I just realized that we also have a Snugpod Blue Sky account, but I have not logged into it. So... Great. Okay, give me a moment. I'm gonna run and go get some water, and then I will be right back, and then I am good to start in just a minute. So give me a moment to do that, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Did I also grab 2 Halloween cookies? Maybe I did. Maybe I did. Just saying.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Sometimes it do be like that.
It do be. It do be.
Alright, I'm ready whenever you are.
You ever met their brothers?
Which brothers?
The Doobie Brothers?
Wow. I thought that might be where you're going with that. I haven't.
Well, you know. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
For what it's worth, I had a pretty decent sized glass of chocolate milk already. That's right, grown man drinking chocolate milk at night. Not ashamed.
I love chocolate milk at night. Hey, you remember when we first all became friends and we used to have root beer float Tuesdays?
Yeah, vaguely.
We drank root beer floats when we did dungeon runs together.
Yeah. And then I remember us having the spicy chips and dip thing. If we died, if we wiped, we had to eat spicy chips and dip.
Yep. Good times.
Those were good times. Then we just somewhere lost our way.
It's called life. Everybody had, all of us had kids.
Yeah.
Like within a span of a couple of years. Mine was going out of being a baby and being a toddler. Yours was past that.
Mine multiplied.
Yours multiplied. Sasquatch had 2 and Gwen had 1.
Life does that. Life be lifing.
Alright. I'm good. I'm in my chair. I got my fan on because I still didn't have air conditioning downstairs.
That's fun.
And I'm ready whenever you are.
Alright. Hey everybody, welcome back to A Snugpod Cast. I'm Never Separate, and I have a guest with me who's not a guest. It's a co-host. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's been so long. Gone crazy. How are you?
You almost said your name again.
I did not almost introduce myself.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did. Okay.
It didn't happen, and nobody heard it.
Right.
I will edit that out later.
You better not. You better not. That was gold. That's quality content right there. Oh my gosh. Yep, it's me. Gone crazy back soon.
How's your leg?
Is this a trick question?
No. I'm just wondering it. Okay, it doesn't look like it hurts too bad now, but for a moment it looked like you had a chair in your leg.
Oh, yeah, well, to be fair, I do think I could have potentially broken 2 toes today, so when you asked me that, I didn't remember if I had actually told you that or not yet.
No, you just looked like you had a chair in your leg, that's all.
Well, if you check out my stream, you don't have any feet. They go straight through the floor.
Yeah, I think mine are, I think it's about the same on mine as well. I think it's just underneath all of the stuff on the ground. That's what it is. I just buried them.
Who doesn't love a little clipping?
Yeah, maybe we'll clip that first moment of the show there. That's what we'll clip. We'll just clip it off.
It's pretty good. It was great when you introduced yourself, and then you almost introduced yourself again as a co-host or a guest to your own show.
I'm clearly out of practice.
Oh, never. It has been a couple weeks. Real life has been kicking us in the pants, man.
Yeah, and even before that, it was a few weeks before that too. So
Yep.
It's been very sporadic as of late. But that's okay.
Yeah. We're sorry about that.
We're here this week, and we'll talk some ESO stuff. And have I got some big news for you?
Oh boy. Yeah. What's that?
It's how much I've been playing the game lately. Let me
Lay
tell
it
you.
on me.
Let me tell you. Not long before we started the show tonight, I did like 20 writs, master writs, something like that. Yep.
And
That's it.
amazing, incredible, riveting
Yeah.
content.
Yeah. Yeah, I am finding it more and more difficult as I get older and whatnot, I guess, to find time to sit down and play games, period.
Well, to be fair, you do have 3 teenagers.
Well, not anymore.
Well, 2 teenagers and an adult.
Yeah, yeah, one's no longer a teen, but
Yeah.
so I haven't played. Other than that, I log in. I was like, oh look, the Witches Festival's going. I meant to be doing some stuff with that, so I can try to earn the house. Oops.
It's okay. It's
But,
okay. It happens.
But that's my big news. Surprise!
That surprise was... I don't even know how to say it. Surprise!
I'm never separate, and that's about all I've got to tell you. How about you?
Well, real life has been lifing. There's been a lot happening. Real life housing stuff on the outside of the game. But in game, I have been doing the Writhing Wall event, which is, of course, live. We'll talk about that in a little while. I think that's going to be a bit of a discussion a little bit later. Kind of like a, is it worth it? What's going on? How was it received? All of that stuff. But so yeah, I've been working and chipping away on that. Streamed it on the very first day that it went up over on the PC side, over at Lore Seekers. And then I have also been running quite a bit of Infinite Archive, which I know I've been kind of bringing up almost every show, but it's just because I've been chipping away at the achievements that are in there and things like that. There is a new Golden Pursuit, which we'll also talk about, that has to do with the Writhing Wall, and pretty much if you play the game for more than an hour, you will finish it. They've given us a long time to do it because of how long the Writhing Wall event is going to take place, but I managed to chip away at it pretty quickly on that day that I was streaming over on PC, actually. And then, so now I'm working on it over here on PlayStation. And other than that, I have just been using my Solstice dailies to double dip into Witches Fest Plunder Skulls because they count as a world boss. So, or like an incursion event. So you can get your Plunder Skulls for the day or your gold Plunder Skull from that. So yeah, I have a lot of the Stirk Fellowship motifs too. Nice. Over on the other platform, so I'm hoping to get that chipped away at over here on PlayStation too, because I really like that style. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, the only other thing that I did, I actually just did before you and I went live, and I did a little short, quick unboxing stream over on Lore Seekers. There was a group called Silver Rend Props, and they make like replica props and ESO stuff and Elder Scrolls stuff. And I won a giveaway that they did for having 2,000 followers or hitting 2,000 followers.
Nice.
Yeah, so there was a Facebook giveaway, and I was like, oh, why not? I'll just like enter. So I entered, and sure enough, I won. So they sent me all of this cool like prop stuff, and I got to unbox it. So there's like a little hold on one second, my Khajiit is eating paper. Hold on. Hey, get back.
She didn't mean me.
I did not mean you, but that is pretty funny. I didn't think about that. Never spit that out. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not eating paper. Look, you don't have to slap my hand this time, okay?
No, yeah, so in the box there was some really cool stuff. There were some magnets that were Elder Scrolls Online and the Aldmeri Dominion symbol, and then there was a little like a sky shard type situation. There was a little soul gem. There was an imperial necklace. Let's see what else was in there. Probably one of the coolest things that I was really shocked and impressed by was they sent me an actual treasure map, like one of the treasure maps from in-game out of paper that was like printed and weathered and just really, really pretty. There was a College of Winterhold certificate. There was just an in-game map, like, of the world. What else was in there? Oh, tons of currency. Like, currency from the different games. Really, really cool stuff in there. And one of my favorite things, I'm actually using it right now, was they made a slate coaster with the Nightblade, like, class logo on it, and it's really, really pretty.
Nice.
So I currently have my cup sitting on that. So that's kind of been my excitement, I guess, for the last few weeks, has been stuff like that and just real life butt kicking. But yeah, that's about it thus far. So guess that's all we can say until we actually get into some of the news a little bit later.
Not going to get into any of the olds.
Yeah, not the olds. I mean, we're going to talk a little bit about the olds because technically the Writhing Wall event has been going on for a little bit now, so I guess we could call that the olds.
That's the olds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So we should talk about the news first.
Okay.
Where you want to start? What do you think?
Well, which one?
Which is which? Maybe Tamriel's witch?
Hey,
Spooky.
I heard a joke. Do you want to hear it? It's a dad joke.
Okay.
Do you know how you comfort a grammar teacher when they're sad?
How?
There.
Wow. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
So, in other news, we have the Witches Festivals going on. Did you know? I didn't know till I logged on.
I did. I just told you I've been doing it.
Yeah. I was asking the listener.
Well, to be fair, they might not have known because one of the things that people were saying was that it was really easy to miss the Witches Festival banner this go round because of the Writhing Wall event.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually feedback that was given. So
yeah. So you want to stalk Tamriel's horrors to earn spooky rewards during the Witches Festival event? Let's talk about that.
Sure.
You can hunt monsters, and you'll unlock bonus in-game rewards during this year's Witches Festival in-game event. Tamriel's horrors are in for a scare with the return of the Witches Festival event running from 10 a.m. on Thursday, October 23rd to 10 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday, November 5th. Throughout this haunted holiday, you can claim cursed compensations. That means rewards. It's in parentheses. Including plunder skulls, XP boosts, event tickets, and more. During the event, you will enjoy a passive 100%, that's double, boost to XP gain across Tamriel. The Witch Mother's Whistle, the source of this bonus in years past, is no longer needed to benefit from the event's additional XP, but the item itself and the skeletal transformation it provides is still available. To collect the whistle and enjoy a ladle or two of delectable hag's brew, simply follow the steps listed below. Open the crown store and acquire the free quest, the Witch Mother's Bargain. You can also pick up this quest by speaking with the Crow Caller, who you'll find outside of each Olivi's brewery in Stone Falls, Glenumbra, or Aridon. 2. You can complete the introductory quest to receive the Witch Mother's Whistle tool. You won't need to acquire the Witch Mother's Whistle if you finish the quest in a previous year's event. 3. Blow the whistle to summon the Witch Mother's Cauldron, from which you can drink to polymorph yourself into a spooky, scary skeleton. You cannot summon the cauldron in Cyrodiil. Plunder your fears. During the Witches Festival, whenever you slay a boss monster, you'll receive a plunder skull container alongside your usual spoils. Crack open one of these reward containers and you'll have the chance to receive the following items. A chance for one of the following: alchemy reagents, a festival-themed furnishing recipe, a festival-themed provisioning recipe, a complete festival-themed furnishing, a festival-themed sellable treasure, a chance for one of the following: a Hollowjack-style item, a Dremora-style item, worms, crawlers, guts, or insect parts. Add those to your cauldron. In addition, when you defeat a unique boss type for the first time each day, you'll be rewarded with a special Dremora Plunder Skull instead, which offers the chance at one of the following in addition to the above items: a Witch's Festival Writ, a Glenmoral Treasure Map, a Glenmoral Armor Outfit Style page, a Crowborn Hunter Outfit Style page, and new for this event, the Hag Matron's Face Marking Rune Box, Hag Matron's Body Marking Rune Box, and a new tradable style page for the Wicker Chain Soul Outfit Style. Both variations of Plunder Skulls will drop from arena bosses, incursion bosses such as those from Dark Angers, Arrowstorms, Volcanic Vents, etc., Delve bosses, final dungeon bosses, trial bosses, public dungeon bosses, world bosses, and Thoat Replicanum in the Infinite Archive. Additional prizes await any stalwart warrior brave enough to confront Tamriel's most dreaded monstrosities, the Crowborn Horror and Lord Hollowjack. The first nightmarish challenge, the Crowborn Horror, requires that you pick up the daily quest, Plucking the Crow, by speaking with Witch Mother Taerma, located inside Olivi's brewery at every impresario tent found throughout Tamriel. The first time you slay the Crowborn Horror and turn in the quest each day, you will receive a special Dremora Plunder Skull. This Plunder Skull has a very small chance to contain a super rare assortment of tradable Witches Festival goodies in place of the regular Dremora Plunder Skull contents, including the full style book for the Dremora motif, a folio of all Glenmoral treasure maps, Runebox Hag Matron's face marking, Runebox Hag Matron's body marking, all of the Wicker Chain Soul Outfit style pages. Terrifying though the Crowborn Horror may be, that monstrosity pales in comparison to the true Lord of Horror, Lord Hollowjack. Dethrone the Master of the Macabre by acquiring the daily quest to challenge him from Priest Maxian, located inside Olive's brewery. After you've completed this quest at least once on a given character, you can take it again on subsequent days and skip straight to that conclusion with Hollowjack. Should you claim victory and complete the daily quest, you'll be rewarded each day with a special Dremora Plunder Skull unique to Lord Hollowjack. Within this haunted container you may discover a rare jackpot similar to that from the Crowborn Horror. However, it also grants a unique achievement and trophy furnishing. You can sometimes acquire a matching collectible bust furnishing by looting Lord Hollowjack too. Good hunting. From the Impresario, during this year's Witches Festival event, you can collect 2 event tickets from the first boss you defeat each day. This means you can earn up to 28 tickets by the end, but remember that you can only hold 12 event tickets at a time. Don't let those tickets ghost you. For this event, the Impresario will stock the following items: all 3 Stone Wisp of Truth and Law pet fragments, the first 2 fragments of the wild-grown Chapel of Juliano's house, the diminutive runed archway and heavy philosophical tomes. So those are new. Wicker Chain Soul Outfit style pages, Hag Matron's face markings, Hag Matron's body markings, event-specific furnishings, webs, cone furnishings, Hollowjack lantern, Ouroboros furnishing, specimen jar, spare brain furnishing, rune candlefly gathering furnishing, vampiric lamp, light post and containers, and group repair kits, companion guild commendations, and witch's grab bag. This is purchasable only if you haven't yet collected all the items contained within. The 2025 Witches Festival will also be your first chance to start collecting fragments for the final event morphing collectible of 2025, the wild-grown Chapel of Juliano's house. Additionally, the Impresario's colleague, Nanilare, the Indrik vendor, has the following items available for purchase using event tickets: Nascent Indrik feathers, Pure Snow Indrik berries, Crimson Indrik berries, Frostlight Indrik pet, and the Rosethorn Indrik pet. Lastly, the Impresario's assistant is offering the following, which you can acquire with event tickets: all 3 Unstable Morpholith fragments, all 3 Dagonic Quasigriff fragments, all 3 Soulfire Dragon Illusion pet fragments, all 3 fragments for the Daggerfall Paladin outfit, and Passion Dancer garment costume fragments. The spoopy season has truly begun as monsters stalk the people of Tamriel. Are you ready to hunt the haunters during the Witches' Festival endgame event? Are you excited to put Lord Hollowjack to rest and unlock spooky rewards? Well, go to socials and let us know.
Man, this event running alongside other stuff is crazy.
Crazy spoopy, yo.
But it also means that you can double dip a little bit if you do things in a good way or in the right way, which is cool.
Just make sure to get your own bowl.
Yeah.
Don't be double dipping in somebody else's bowl. Don't nobody want your backwash.
This is true. This is true.
Unless you're close, in which case, anyway. Yeah, so that was a lot more stuff than I
when you started reading, I was like, look at him go.
I know, and then it was like, oh boy, this is a long one. I did not prep myself. I'm going to be out of breath. But I can't run out of breath. That's what I told my kids earlier. I was like, I run around all y'all. I don't run out of breath. Y'all do. Anyway. So yeah, the first shot at getting the house, and it said, what, 2 pieces?
Yep, 2
That's
pieces.
what it said, yeah.
2 pieces, yeah.
So, that is one not so nice looking fella there.
You talking about Scordo?
No, I was talking about Hollowjack.
Oh. Hey, did you do that quest last year? I can't remember.
I think I did it at some point because we were running through and like all the places.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I think we did it together.
We did.
Yeah. That's a creepy quest and I love it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I have yet to do it this year though. But yeah. Well, at first when you said that's one creepy looking dude, I thought you meant Scordo. And then I was gonna feel bad because I was like, oh, poor Scordo. Scordo the knife. He's the top of the community guides.
I mean,
news story.
Doesn't he look a bit like a bulldog?
For sure.
It's got that orc thing going on with the underbite and the big, bulldog teeth.
Big tusks.
Yeah. Looks like a bulldog. I just hear. Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
that was interesting.
My
there.
hometown high school team, well, the local school team is the Bulldogs. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were nothing like that. We were the dolphins, like the fish, not the mammal.
The fish, not the mammal.
Yeah, like the mahi fish, like mahi. That's what.
Gotcha.
Anyway, let's carry on and talk about this orc guy. So, this month for October has wild. There is. Let me start that again. There is no lack of anything to do for the month of October in this game. Now, granted, we are almost through October, but I think it's going to continue well into November. So this is a month that features both the Battle for the Writhing Wall and the Witches' Festival. So they have, of course, released their community guides for the month. So there are tons of them to look at here. Definitely go through, peep some of those. Some of them are about the Writhing Wall. Some of them are a quick guide. Some of them are kind of how to start your event. Then there's also all of the rewards for the second part of Seasons of the Worm Cult. We've got every quest explained. All of those are Writhing Wall. Then we eventually get to Witches' Festival, where it's kind of like, hey, here's how we do it. This is one of the biggest events. Earn a house, earn rewards, earn even more. So you can go through and look at these community guides straight from the ESO website. All you have to do is go to the news page, and it will talk about October community guides. So lots of familiar names in there for us for those. And since that was short, I'll do the next one too, because you were talking a lot on that big, beefy article. So something that I have finished over on PC, like I mentioned earlier, was the Golden Pursuit. So this one is called Wall Breakers Unite. Working on it over here. So I'm actually going to pull it up right here on stream so we can look at some of these. For this one, you have to complete 20 different tasks. However, here's what I'll say. The great thing about this one is there are so many to choose from, and a lot of them exist, of course, outside of Solstice. So that's great because that means that even if you're not playing with a content pass for 2025 and you're just lending to bringing the Writhing Wall down, pardon me, my goodness, bringing the Writhing Wall down, then you've got the option to help with that too. So, fight the war against the Worm Cult and earn additional rewards during the Battle of the Writhing Wall Golden Pursuits campaign. It's live now as Tamriel's heroes work together to break through to Eastern Solstice. In support of this special one-time event, we've also enabled the Battle of the Writhing Wall Golden Pursuit, now live until November 26th. So yes, you have a lot of time to complete this. Exactly 1 month from today, basically. So as you complete activities during the event, you can unlock additional in-game rewards commensurate with your efforts. These include 5 activities, you get 15,000 gold. 15 activities, Cold Harbor, Drenmakin, Runt Pet. 20 activities, Worm, Wraith, Bear, Lizard, Mount. You can complete an incredible 43 different activities ranging from defending siege camps to defeating world bosses or Daedra and helping charge the Meridian Lens and more. Importantly, while most of the conflict is taking place on Solstice, like the event itself, you can complete many Golden Pursuit activities with base game access, like I said. So to get the most out of it, though, we do recommend you own the 2025 Content Pass or 2025 Premium Edition. To see the full list of available activities, visit the Golden Pursuits section of your activity finder, which is what we have pulled up. So let's take a peek at a few of these. We've got ones that are as simple as just claiming the rewards from the daily login calendar, fighting 100 foes in Cold Harbor, killing 100 bestial Daedra, humanoid Daedra, defeating 500 enemies. That's any enemies, by the way. So you could go and do like a dolmen run and just crank up the enemies there for that one. Defend a siege camp up to 10 to 20 times, so different stages, 5, 10, and 20. Kill all the battle masters at the siege camps. Kill 20 battle masters at the siege camps. 3 world bosses, 10 world bosses. Charge the Meridian Lens 5 times, 10 times, 15 times. Kill Gizor the Maldrith 1 time. That's the new world boss that's going to be coming up in Phase 2. Defend or recapture siege camps bunches of times. Let's see. Destroy 10 Soul Reapers, 15 Soul Reapers, 20 Soul Reapers. Kill invaded Delver public dungeon bosses up to 10 times. Complete 5 Stirk Fellowship crafting repeatables. And those go all the way through the supply repeatables. 3 trials. Kill Gofatuar, in the Writhing Fortress 1 time, and kill Grahtwood the Terror in the Writhing Fortress 1 time, which it won't be available until that phase. 3 Master Writs, and bring down the Writhing Wall. So, lots of options to get done with this Golden Pursuit. Go get her done. Do it. Do the thing. Get the bear mount. Get the cute little pet guy. So cute. Adorable. How far into those are you, even though you haven't really been playing much?
Well, that's what I was just looking at. Let's see. So you do 5, you get 15,000 gold. And I have 1 done.
Okay.
That's it. Just 1.
Okay. It's the 3 Writs one,
it's
isn't it?
It's the 3 Master Writs, yeah.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yep, and I because I haven't been able to hop on as much, I haven't even gotten the daily logins.
Oh goodness. Well, you got plenty of time. You got another, like, crazy amount of days. What was it, like 26 or something?
I haven't
30 days remaining.
Yeah, I haven't been doing anything to actually fight anything, to kill anything, so when I've been on, it's just been I was doing a ton of inventory related stuff so that I could get all those writs and stuff out. And yeah.
Right.
So.
Well, you're working on it, slowly but surely.
Surely but slowly.
Surely but slowly, that too.
I think as of now, I don't have any more blacksmithing writs that I can do. Next is clothing. I'm gonna knock those out.
You just really went for it.
Well,
got it.
Crazy, my friend. I have to tell you about something. I know you weren't aware that we had this now. The console has add-ons.
No.
And if you are overwhelmed as I once was with crafting writs, and you're like, I want to do these, but man, they take so long. You need lazy writ crafter, and you need to know, as I did not for a long time until I was informed by a friend who wasn't you, obviously, because I'm telling you about this now like you didn't know it. That you can queue every writ in your inventory and then just walk up to the station and it just starts making them before you even accept the writs. And then you just go stand in front of, what's his name, Rollis, and you hit accept and turn in, accept and turn in, accept and turn in, and they just disappear. It's like a ghost. Spooky season.
So crazy, huh?
Wild. Anyway, just so everyone knows, Crazy was aware. That was for your benefit. I just, poked at her for a little bit of humor. I didn't want that to go over anybody's head.
Yeah, I'm not the one that told you about that.
No, not at all.
You know what the best part is about that? I told you about that trick, and do you know what I have an inventory full of that I've never done?
Crafting writs?
Yep, master writs.
Yeah. Well,
I'm the worst at doing them.
Well, that's apparently all I ever do, so just send them to me.
Okay.
I did go into our bank and pull a few out of there too, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, I did pull a bunch in there for lore seekers at one point, so.
Yeah.
You can always use it for stuff for the guild house.
Yep, that's the idea. Just, I got to get around to buying the stations, and we're going to have, I've got enough for, I think, 3 more sets now. Plus, okay. I already have a full set of stations that I haven't attuned to anything yet, so, yeah, just gotta keep chugging along and actually go get the stations to do it. I'm wondering how long it'll take me before I actually run out of materials to do all of those.
Oh gosh, you run out of the materials before you run out of the other stuff.
Yeah, I have more writs than I do materials.
Oh boy.
Cool. So, How about you? You told us earlier that you've done them all on PC and you're getting through them on PlayStation as far as your pursuits.
I've the pursuits over here. I haven't even really been trying, and I'm at 13 of 20.
Nice.
Yep. So, yeah. Most of the ones that I've been doing over here are that are completed are, do this many Soul Reapers. I did the dungeon boss, public dungeon one the other day. And then obviously the siege camp ones, and then the daily ones where it's successfully defend 1 siege camp, kill 100 foes, all of those. Those are the ones that I'm most of the way through.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
Yeah, so not too far off.
Well, shall we move along and preview some other things?
Yeah, like Eastern Solstice?
Maybe.
It's pretty cool.
So, since you read that, would you like me to read this?
Sure, this one's beefy again, so it's up to you.
See. Catch my breath.
You think you got it?
Alright. So, Seasons of the Wormcult preview, Eastern Solstice. Pass beyond the writhing wall and explore the changed landscape of Eastern Solstice. Spoiler warning, spoiler warning, spoiler warning. This preview contains information on the Seasons of the Wormcult Part 1 storyline. We recommend playing through that questline before reading, so you've been warned. If you continue to listen for the next, let me think, 3 to 5 minutes-ish, then you may get spoilers. So I'm going to continue reading now. The battle for the Writhing Wall rages on, with players across Tamriel fighting to bring down the barrier to Eastern Solstice. This region is held by the Wormcult and is the center of their efforts to join Nirn and the Daedric realm of Cold Harbor. Few have any inkling of what now lies on the other side. Until now. Eastern Solstice was always more isolated than the western reaches, but it remained a fairly ordinary region, says Associate Design Director Jason Barnes. Then came the plane melt. The land itself shifted as fragments of Cold Harbor crashed into Nirn, warping the terrain beyond recognition. Daedra spilled from cracks in the earth, and the Wormcult seized vast portions of the region. These changes brought radical and destructive changes to the region, as well as the lives of its inhabitants, primarily an unusual tribe of Argonians. The eastern side of the island has traditionally been the home of the Stone Nest Argonians, as well as a scattering of people from the western side of the island, shares Project Narrative Director Bill Slavacek. The Stone Nest tribe reveres the everlasting stone, as their name implies, as well as the ancient Zanmirs. Unlike other Argonians, they still build with stone to the current day. They have been displaced from their homes, attacked, and enslaved by the Wormcult. You can also find non-Argonians around, such as members of the College of Sea and Sword, who maintain a training lodge on that side of the island. These scholars of all races are in no less danger from the Wormcult than the Stone Nest, cut off from Sunport and safety in a once tranquil landscape of chaos and corruption. Across this twisted tableau, all manner of threats await your attention, as the region is full of deadly foes and complex challenges. The biggest challenges in Eastern Solstice are the world bosses, says Barnes, a Daedric guardian from Cold Harbor, first glimpsed during the Writhing Wall event, now calls this region its home. Wormcult ritual attempt to summon powerful shades to serve their dark purposes, and the corruption spreads farther still. Bosses, delves, and public dungeons aren't the only thing to discover, though. Hidden achievements await across the eastern side of the island, as well as a good number of quests sprinkled throughout the island itself, many in which you can determine their outcome. And of course, there's the main thread of the Wormcult threat, tying everything together, including driving the main story of the zone forward from its beginning to the western side of the zone. In addition to the Solstice main quest, which drives to an epic conclusion with this release, we've got an amazing post-quest, adds Slavacek. It develops based on how well you know a specific character and how you decide to progress through the content. Jason and I had a lot of fun putting this bonus content together. With Solstice extension to include both halves of the Sundered Island, you'll find plenty of exciting rewards. More set items, both dropped and crafted, are included alongside a bevy of exciting collectibles. Explore Solstice as a completionist to earn achievements that can unlock the Cold Harbor Deathhound mount, or craft yourself the Fellowship's Fortitude set for easy access to the major protection buff at all times, keeping you safe from harm as you explore. Of course, some have their own preferences on which rewards are their favorite to seek out. The only answer is the eminent slothserer, opines Barnes. Who doesn't want a pet sloth with a wizard hat following them around? There's lots of other awesome stuff too, but a sloth with a wizard hat? Nothing is going to top that. All these great challenges, characters, and rewards are waiting for you to uncover them once your server brings down the Writhing Wall. Get ready to dive into the conclusion of an epic story. Don't forget to help pave the way toward it by participating in the ongoing event. Let us know your plans over on the socials.
I want a sloth wearing a wizard's hat.
Any pet wearing a wizard hat is a pet worth having.
Actually, that's true. You're right.
And with a sloth though, how long do you think it took it to get the hat on there?
Well, if it's a magic sloth and it has a wizard's hat, it could probably just go poop and then it'd be on there.
But what's the cast time?
It's like 8 seconds.
I'm picturing the animated sloth from a movie about talking animals.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
It took forever to say anything.
You gotta try everything.
Yep.
See what I did there?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Well.
Yeah. I really can't wait to get into Eastern Solstice. I've seen a little glimpse of it on the PTS. I haven't played the PTS, but I watched somebody else play it, and I'm very excited to get over there. I want that Stone Nest lore real bad. Real bad. You said well. Well, are we ready to talk about the giant wall in the room?
Are we?
Sure.
Shall we commiserate?
Sure. Yeah, sure. This probably would have been a little different had we talked about it last week than this week, but also it's still kind of the same. Well, first of all, you don't have a content pass, right?
That is correct.
All right, so what have you been seeing about the Writhing Wall, not having played it? What are your impressions not having played this?
I've only really I've watched a few, or not so much watched as much as listened to while they were on. A couple of guys just talking about it through like YouTube videos, and saying that the rewards did not feel like they were very good. There was it's been a week or so now since I heard some of this stuff, but something about the way in which you have to obtain the quests and only being able to do a few of them in a day or something, and just feeling like it wasn't all that rewarding to go and do this stuff. So
yeah, because there's certain ones that you can do 6 of each per day on a character or whatever, and then you have to swap and then do it again, and all that stuff. So yeah, there's definitely some stuff with that. Have you heard any good stuff, or was it all mostly just people kind of like frustrated?
That was the bulk of it, and that was like within a day or so of it releasing, I think. I think it was kind of like a first impressions kind of thing where just sort of, okay, I've done this, and I think I'm done doing this now. Like I'll do my 3 things, and then I'll be done. I'll go back to doing other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Sources were pretty split at the beginning of the event, and I think for some groups of people, it hit a lot harder than others. And I think that's reflected a little bit even in the like which platforms are ahead right now. You and I were talking about this a little bit before the show, so let's back up a little bit to the very first day, because I streamed on the first day. I was streaming the event within a few hours of it starting, and it was insanely busy on that first day. It was so busy that my poor laptop, which like hasn't really had problems in the past keeping up, was having problems keeping up and like showing enemies, showing other players, like stuff like that. And it was running like a slideshow. Like when I would get into some of those rebirth strikes, it would just run like very choppy and a little inconsistent. So I think some of that was expected because they knew it was going to be a busy event, since they were saying it was like a one-time thing. But I also think that I didn't realize it was going to be that busy, I guess. But yeah, so I'm going to be honest, I gave quite a lot of feedback within the first few days. of this because I felt like it was important stuff, and a lot of it is stuff that I agreed with what you just talked about. On the beginning, loot tables were just like not great. Progress, like I wasn't able to loot stuff, or if I was able to loot stuff or doing some of those dailies, it wasn't dropping style pages, it wasn't dropping, you know, vitrified souls. Like there was a lot of issues and a lot of buggy stuff that was going on initially, which I think unfortunately discouraged a lot of people from doing the event, more so than just, hey, I'm gonna get my couple boxes and peace out every day.
When you said that you were having trouble looting stuff, was that because things were dying too quickly?
Some of it is that, but also, just being completely honest, and this was something that we did find out from the forums, because Jess made a post in the forums, due to how the stuff is designed, it worked in the... I'm pretty sure this is what it said. Do you remember the old stuff with like world bosses where the top 12 DPS are basically the people that get to loot it?
Right.
It was that.
Right, yeah, that's one of the things that I think I heard was that
Yep.
it made you not want to. People didn't want to go full with that because if they weren't able to get enough damage in, they weren't able to loot the thing. Mm-hmm. And then one of the things had to do with like delve bosses, and it's like
delve bosses weren't actually. So delve bosses. So here's what's crazy: the delves that are lit up for the event can be in the base game zones. And you can go in, and actually I stood in a delve the other night on PlayStation, and I killed like all 5 of the generals or whatever from the wall event in a random delve in like Oradon or something, because there were so many people going in and out of there that as soon as we would kill it, some new person would walk in the room and a new one would pop up. And so I was just cycling through those to get my vitrified souls because I couldn't pick them up anywhere else. So yeah, that was one of the problems that they've been having is, you know, it's an MMO, which means that if there's limited drops or there's certain things that have to be met, not every player is going to meet those every time, which means that inevitably someone is left out and is grinding or doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
So on one hand, it keeps the event active. On the other hand, it's really frustrating because when you're doing an event, sometimes you expect there to be a grind, but you don't always want there to be that much grind.
And so one way that I heard it phrased, because some of the stuff's coming back to me as you talk about it, was that this is supposed to be an event that we're working together, but they pitted us against each other to do it.
Yeah.
Not only in the challenge for the different servers, but like just within your own server, like you're essentially having to compete to get drops. So instead of it being where we're working together, you're just frustrating me because now I've done the work, but I didn't get a drop.
So here's what's crazy. The crazy way around that is to group. Because if you group together, like I was doing that a lot with Minwee because on PC I was having issues with the souls, but he was getting them almost every time. So because of that, we would group together and we would both go and fight at a Reaper's, like at the incursions or whatever, the siege camps. And we would both walk away having completed all 15 vitrified souls, like, right away. So it just depends. I think the other thing, too, is people have to think of, like, oh, I should group with a guildie, or I should do, you know, some of these other things to help out. Now, granted, not everybody likes doing that, but I have been suggesting to people when they've been talking about, oh, I haven't gotten any souls or any of this, I'm like, try and group with somebody. Or go to some of those lesser known places that are still lit up, like some of those delves. Like, don't go to the ones that are close to way shrines. Those are the ones that everybody's going to go to. Go to the ones that are a little further away, or go to Cold Harbor, right? Like, those are the places that you'll get that stuff accomplished a little bit easier. So, that. I will say there were inconsistent drops. It's been a little bit better, but like some of the other quests of like gather sap or deliver furs for the Daggerfall Covenant or whatever, like, you know, those still have some hit or miss stuff, but in general they got better because they did do a quick hot patch or like a hot fix, I think last week at one point. And when they did that, it did seem to fix quite a bit of the drop rates and everything. So that was helpful. The other thing that was like super discouraging at the beginning, and this is something that is going to come with test and adjust, and like this is the first time they're doing an event like this. Initially, they had some issues with tracking progress, and they actually had to reset the progress bars, which really made a lot of people kind of throw up their hands and go like, well, fine. They're just going to set it to whatever they want to set it to anyway, so it doesn't matter what I do, which is, I don't think that's the case. I think that they are still looking for numbers to be hit by the community overall, but it was very frustrating when a couple of the platforms had like 3 or 4% and they got reset to like 0.5 or 0. Now, they did admit that a lot of this was because of things on the backside that were challenging, that were not capturing right or things like that. So, you know, that's fixed as of now, but it was definitely something that was a little tough. So, I will say the event, I think, is a little bit more active now than it was. When there was like that lull last week of people being really, really frustrated. But I do think it's gotten a little bit better, in my opinion. And it just goes to show you that console players are gnarly, and they will grind until they go crazy, I guess, just to achieve something, or like when there's friendly competition, because that's pretty stinking wild. Xbox EU, let's go look at a live stats right now. I'm gonna refresh the page even. So currently Xbox EU is at 97%, which means they'll probably finish tomorrow. PlayStation EU 91%, PS North America 85, PC Europe 85, Xbox North America 82, and then PC North America 79. That one surprises me. So those are your numbers for phase 1. We still have 2 more phases. And the next phase is going to have more bosses, more, you know, stuff happening at those siege camps. Multiple siege camps will be able to go off at once. So that's more exciting stuff. We're going to get that additional Wandering World boss. So it's going to be a lot more, I think, happening towards the end of this phase 1, beginning of phase 2 and 3. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any questions about it or anything that you, since you don't have the content pass, you're curious about?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we I guess last time we were on, we read through what all the stuff was going to be, and I think I would have more questions probably if I had actually played it, to be honest, because then I'd have a better frame of reference from experience. I'd be able to kind of unpack a little bit more, I think. But
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I do hope that, you know, going forward they find ways to make the things feel rewarding, because you know, this being an MMO, it's already kind of a time suck, you know.
Yep.
It's just the nature of the game. It's not a bad thing, you know, if you have the time for it. But, you know, people just don't want to feel like their time is not respected. And gosh, I didn't know about the progress being reset thing. I mean, that would be pretty frustrating, I think. Especially, I guess you say it was only around 3% or so when it got reset.
I'm not even sure if it was that much. I think it was maybe about 1.5. I think one group might have been showing 3%, but what they figured out was happening was multiple platforms stuff was going into one spot. So it wasn't that they actually had 3%. They had less than that, but it was how the technology was working on the backside of the stuff, because they were using some new
wasn't being allocated
technology
properly.
Yeah, it was being allocated to the wrong position or in the wrong amounts, so they ended up swapping it.
Yeah, that still feels bad though, you know.
It does.
When you
does.
when you see your progress go the other way.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it was good that they were transparent about it. And they were like, hey, we're sorry this is happening, but it's happening for this reason. Tech on the backside are bad.
Right.
I think that's better, personally, to own up to than them just being like, we'll just fix some numbers and fudge some numbers later and no one will be the wiser. Like, I don't know. That just, you know, to me, it felt better to be honest about everything. So, but I don't know.
It's probably, I'll tell you what it is, it's probably some of that, because they are getting ready to release the crossplay stuff. And that's how it bled into, or where one server progress was bleeding onto another. It's because they had the crossplay stuff going too.
Yep.
It's my wild conspiracy theory that'll end up being right.
Sure. Sure. They were like, we're testing crossplay. Oh, whoops. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't quite think it was that, but you know, that is a interesting thought process, because maybe that is a reason why something accidentally got allocated improperly. Like some coding was just sending data back on the one side, like not enough to be going back and forth, but just coming one direction.
Yep.
That's interesting. That could be a thing, I suppose.
So I said it's one of my wild conspiracies that'll end up being right.
Yeah, you got your tinfoil hat on there.
I mean, I gotta wear some kind of hat. I don't get to be a sloth, but
no wizard hat for you.
No wizard hat.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm happy that it looks like the event is getting a little more active again. I do think it's very difficult to have an event like this running simultaneously with Witches Fest, which is like a fan favorite.
Right. Yeah, that is odd timing. I mean, I guess it, you know, they can't not do the Witches Fest, but at the same time, the release schedule is, you know, it's set to where the new release comes out around the same time, so.
Well, yeah, there's going to be some burnout, because we've got the Writhing Wall happening straight into Witches Fest, which we all know when we come out of Witches Fest, we have, what, maybe 2 weeks off before New Life? Like, 3 weeks at the most, because it usually hits around, like, Thanksgiving, Christmas time. So, yeah.
It's going to be a lot.
Pretty wild.
So,
pretty wild.
Is this the last thing on our agenda for tonight? Okay. I have a question, but it might not be time for it quite yet. So we'll make sure we wrap up anything regarding this before I go that route. But don't forget.
Okay.
It's related.
Well, I mean,
it's related, but I didn't want to steer off into that, because it'll kind of go a different direction than the event specifically, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot more to say about the event. We're midway through it, right? Like, we're partially through phase 1. It's 3 phases long. I would not see this event ending before Thanksgiving. Like, realistically, I think when we will have somebody hit the the fortress will be like Thanksgiving time.
Okay.
Personal opinion. So, and then once the fortress is open and completed, server has 7 days to get done, to be able to get those achievements in there. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's that. All right, what's your question?
So, this is just one of my, you know, I tend to be the one that's, maybe the most critical sometimes, probably, but,
Yeah.
But this is something that I've thought about, and it's not necessarily specific to this game even. It's just kind of a general rule of thumb. When you have big, like, events like this, and I guess this kind of leads into, you know, one of my frustrations with gaming in general in recent years. But when you have an event like this, the more people you have playing, the better, right? I mean, that would generally hold true. I mean, I'm not talking about you want billions playing and crashing servers, but like you want people engaged.
From their perspective, for sure. From the player perspective, I guess that kind of depends on what you're doing, because sometimes you want people there to help you out, and sometimes you don't.
I guess, and with this being an event that is, it's like this is going to happen and then it's going to be gone. And with that, it's tied behind, it's locked behind a paywall in order to be. I mean, and sure, I can contribute by doing stuff in base game zones and all of that, but as far as being able to do certain specific things, you can't do them without having the content pass. It's kind of a frustration to me to see temporary things locked behind paywalls, and I get in the sense that any online game is potentially temporary. We know that going in, but when you lock specific timed events into something that I have to pay for, it almost seems to devalue a little of that purchase. Like if I buy it later, it doesn't include as much because I didn't get that thing. So I was just thinking, would it, and this is just kind of throwing it out there, kind of an idea, would something like this be better served to be still behind a paywall in a sense, but there's a way around that. Put this behind ESO Plus or future events, not this specific one. I don't think it would work being in a new zone, whatever. But if they're going to do these limited time events, put it behind ESO Plus, and then do an ESO Plus trial to get more people in to help out with those events. No, that was something I thought about the other day.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought for sure.
Like I said, I know you can't do it when it's tied to a zone that's part of an expansion. So
but I think they could do it if they did like remix events or things, like additional, like say they did like an addition to the Dark Brotherhood. Right. Or additions to certain zones, stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's where they talk about the content pass in the future. Like this year, because of development processes, still feels pretty much like previous years. You had 2 big releases with dungeon releases in the middle. Like they called it something different, but it still felt very much like the past, just because it was already in the works when they transitioned. Right. And so next year we don't know yet. They say it's going to be different going forward. And that they're going to make more use of existing areas, and we'll still get some new areas here and there. But if they're going to do an event, if they can have an event take place in an area that, yes, all this stuff rolls into ESO Plus at some point anyway, right? Every time the next year starts, last year's stuff gets put back in.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know that they're going to do that this way.
I believe
we don't know that.
I feel like I remember reading that this would become part of ESO Plus.
Well, that would make sense because, pardon me, what you were saying about the stuff being paywall locked. So it is, but it isn't. Realistically, the only thing that is paywall locked is the ability to do it right now and the Writhing Fortress. That's really the only thing that's not quote-unquote sticking around, because after the event we're still going to keep the dailies, we're still going to keep the siege camps, I believe, in some sort of capacity or way, and then there will be a linking quest chain that will actually link East Solstice, West Solstice together to make sense. So, like, really, the only thing that's not going to be available to you, or at least my understanding of the only thing that will become unavailable after this event, is any of the achievements that have to do with the Writhing Fortress and the achievement that was the I was there when the wall fell, like, achievement.
Right.
Everything else, still earnable. Stirk Fellowship, earnable. Wormwraith pages, earnable.
Right. No, I just mean
yeah.
just kind of that timed part of the event.
Right, it's the FOMO piece, right?
And
yeah.
You know, but you know, this content pass, yes, it rolls in ESO Plus, but it will still be, and I'm sure the price will go down, and you know, but I'm sure it'll still be something that you can buy as an additional piece if you want. But it's like you buy it now, you get more than if you buy it later. And I don't know. To me, that kind of stuff, I would much rather not see timed things fall into a permanent purchase. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's coming out the way that I'm. I
get what you're saying. It's like you're making people want to pay for it up front because it's a timed event, so it's almost like giving you FOMO, so people will pay for it. When in reality, like, what are they paying for? What are you getting by paying for it right up front versus the long term in the end? You know,
yeah, I just
to roll into ESO Plus.
I'd like to see events be, and I guess just as I get older, maybe, I don't know. I'm just I try to think like consumer friendly, and I would like to see games, because I feel like a lot of gaming is not consumer friendly anymore. And I'm not pointing fingers at any specific game at the moment. That's a general statement. I see it all over the industry. And I think I would like to see events be something that they find a way to get everybody in. And I know, again, base game, zone quests, daily quests, whatever, like, I understand that, but even if it was something that they were like, yeah, I mean, you need ESO Plus to really benefit from this, but during this specific locked time, if you want to be part of it, we're just unlocking ESO Plus for that period of the event, so everybody can come contribute. The players that pay for ESO Plus now have more people to help out with doing whatever thing they're trying to accomplish, and that, I feel like that brings more people in and brings more people together to work towards that goal. Then, oh yeah, I can go log in and do stuff in the base game zones, you know, and not really see the wall come down, but I get to say I helped.
Right.
Not saying people don't want to enjoy that or appreciate that. That was just thought I had, little perspective from my end that I just thought I'd throw out there and get your thoughts on. Did you run away? I think I
Nope. Remember that time I was talking to you and I was muted? That's what happens when it's 1 a.m. and you're tired. Yeah, no, what I was saying is, I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea at all. I just think that when it's hard because they still have to make money, you know? Like, consumer-wise, it's difficult because the consumer, us as the people that are playing, we always want to have more for less, right? Like, it's less, we don't want to pay for a bunch, but we still want to have good content. But at the same time, there's always that break of the, okay, what am I willing to pay for my hobby so that it can continue, or so that it does have good content? So I do agree. I think if they did it as part of ESO Plus and had a trial and could lump people in, or at least hook people, that then maybe those people might buy ESO Plus too, right? Like, you know, I don't think that's a bad idea. And I also don't think that it's unlikely. I think that there could be a possibility that they release some content like that, for all we know. Like, they may do that at some point. I don't know. But I don't think it's bad. I just think that releasing the way that they did this year it's a transition year, and also it does play into FOMO a little bit. I won't say like a ton. I think if the event had gone on day one and dropped, and it was like giving amazing drops, and there were a bunch of things happening all right in that first week, I think that it would have been even more crazy or busy than it is now. But
well, I'll give you a small example of something, and I don't know how hard this would have been to accomplish. Just, but I get the new zone and all of that is paywalled for now, and then it becomes part of ESO Plus later. Which, anyway, I won't go into that.
yeah.
But one way that one of the big things to being part of that event is being able to see the wall come down, right?
Yeah, but I mean, the wall doesn't disappear. It just gets a hole in it. So there's that.
The wall doesn't completely come down by the end?
Nope.
Really?
It gets a hole in it.
Okay. Well, maybe that changes the idea that I have, but I was going to say, just as an example, if maybe this giant wall of souls going up into the sky was just viewable from the other zones.
Yep.
And then, if you're participating in any fashion towards that, then you still get to see something with the wall happening. Even in a base game zone, like, oh, I'm not there right in front of it, but I saw the sky change, or just something, just something.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
That was kind of the general idea.
Okay. Huh. I like it. I like it. It's a good thought, good discussion.
That's why I said I'd wait till we got done, because I didn't want to veer off into that too much before touching on the actual event stuff first. So.
Yeah. I wish I wasn't fading so much, because I feel like we could chit chat about this for a long time, like a lot more, even more so than we have already. But there'll be plenty of time. There's still 2 more phases. We can come back and revisit it and see what happens as we go.
Yep. Yeah, I'll make sure to invite our guest Never back on.
Yeah, be sure to invite your guest Never and his twin Never Separate.
Right.
And yeah,
we'll go a little crazy.
Yeah, but don't worry, we'll be back soon.
That's right. Well.
Oh, wow.
So I guess announcements.
Yeah, announcements. So we're not doing any lore because we released a little lore reading last week, the Jitra of the Stone Nest. So, yeah, we'll skip over that. But announcements. Currently, Monday stuff is on hold. So if you're looking for an event to do on Monday, just know that that stuff's on hold for the time being, and we'll let everybody know when it returns. Treacherous Tuesday, though, we do still get together to do our dungeon runs, or we encourage people on that day to do dungeon runs and be able to go through, do achievements, do whatever other stuff they want to get done for that time period. Thursday, we've got a newer event on PlayStation. It's not necessarily every Thursday, but it is as many Thursdays as they can muster, and that is Relic Seekers of Tamriel. So for this event, that's where they go through and they look for different antiquities or different things that are a little bit more tricky sometimes to get in game without help, like antiquity pieces, leads, etc. And that's on Thursdays from 7 p.m. Central or from 8 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, we have our Fearless Friday with Arthuria Dragoon, because we are undaunted.
Undaunted?
Undaunted.
Undaunted? We are undaunted.
Are undaunted. Yes, that's right. We are undaunted. So you can get together with Arthuria and other guildies and go through the daily delves and the dailies that are there for the undaunted stuff. other than that, it's just check into Discord for other events, one-off things that are coming up, looking for groups on your respective platform. Which would be PlayStation for us. Yeah, exactly. We even have looking for group channels in almost all of the individual platform channels as well. So head on over there and take down the wall together.
Yeah. And if you aren't in the Discord, well, in order to do that, you need to have Discord. And then you need to head over to loreseekers.club and follow the links. And you can join the guild. We're also on PC and Xbox as well.
We are.
Just so you know.
We are.
And yeah, if you are interested in communicating with us in the Snugpod, there's a few different ways that you can do that. You can reach out to us on the socials at snugpodcast, or you can email us at snugpodcast@gmail.com. You can also comment on videos or podcast episodes, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, if they are listening to this later, because we're almost done and probably not, going to be, anybody else coming on to watch at this point. But if they're listening and they want to watch live, how do they do that?
Well, they could go to twitch.tv/snugpodcast and follow us and find us there. They also can find us over on YouTube, searching for Snug Podcast. So you can go back and rewatch VODs in either of those locations.
And if you are watching this and you don't want to watch this, you just want to listen, but you don't have one of them fancy subscriptions that lets you turn your screen off while you're watching, so that you can just listen, that's okay. All you need is a podcast app, and you need to just search, you guessed it, Snug Podcast, and you should find us.
That's right.
Lots of ways to check us out if that's your thing. And if it's not, well, then may the wall writhe up your back.
Sure. If they're getting a back massage from the writhing wall, they could also go to loreseekers.club if they want to actually be in the guild and help someone to help get the wall off their back. That was a terrible joke. Anyway, if they want help, they can go there. They can apply to the guild. It'll send you a quick DM asking you a few questions just so we can get to know you a little bit better, make sure that you're a fit for us, make sure that we're a fit for you, etc. So you can join our Discord over there, and we hope to see you there.
Yeah, we don't want any writhers, though.
Yeah. I already can't stand still myself. We don't need a whole guild of people that can't stand still. Although maybe that's why we're all together all the time.
Maybe so. Well, okay. I guess that's a wrap for tonight.
I guess
today, or this morning.
Yeah, for me it's this morning, and I'm struggling.
It's even morning for me at this point.
Yeah, I know. That's unusual for us. So.
In case y'all didn't know, when you listen to this show, it's like time travel. It's two different times happening at once.
That is true. We do broadcast from two different times.
Yeah.
I'm from the future.
Yeah, or I'm from the past, depending on where you are.
Mm-hmm. It's very true.
Okay, well, if you've been hanging out with us live or later or in a podcast or whatever, we appreciate you giving us some time. Hopefully it made your day a little bit better, informed you, challenged you to think outside the writhing wall, something, but hopefully it was good. We appreciate, anybody that gives us a little bit of their day. So until next time, take care of yourself, take care of others, be a decent person. We'll see you soon.
Sleep well, Tamriel.
Bye.
Like